What is up, everybody? My name is Hector Flores, host of the Insert Name FC podcast, a member of Belly Up Sports Media Network. You can find us on all things podcasting, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast fix, you will find us there. Yeah, man, this is episode 251. Also, I know people probably are wondering, like, hey, how come y'all didn't really make a massive deal about, achieving 250 episodes? And I think for us, more so is just that, like, while 250 episodes is an amazing feat, I think at this point we're just really, if we get to the 100th, so to any 100th episode. So, 250 is awesome. Great achievement. Obviously it's consistency and all that, jargon that everyone tells you about when it comes to podcasting. But it's just at the end of the day, it's just, do I want to keep doing this? And so, that is a conversation that I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I have a lot. I've made that conversation plenty of times. There are times where I'm thinking, is this even worth continuing doing? And to be honest, the answer is always yes. And it's not because, like, I'm hoping that this could become a job, even though that would be awesome, or, anything like that. I think for me, what the part that's worth it is I get to be with my best friend. Obviously every other episode, but still, like, I get to talk to people that I genuinely have a great connection with, people that I admire, people I got to, do all this cool stuff with, meeting Jose from Goals TV, meeting, Kelsey from High Low Sports, meeting the guys at Belly Up Sports, man. Like, all those things, it comes from this. So, like, yeah, there's going to be those days. Like, for anybody that's, like, into this kind of, like, getting into podcasting, and I understand the jokes of we need to make podcast equipment expensive. And the reality is, man, like, this takes courage to do. It takes a lot of courage to do, because you're putting yourself out there. You're putting your opinions out there. And, to be honest, opinions can either be liked or disliked. It's just the way it goes. And so, yeah, it takes a lot. It takes a lot, man. But yeah, 250 episodes, yes, that's an impressive feat. But we're going to make a more bigger deal when we get to 300. So while 250 episodes is amazing, a big milestone for the podcast, we're just not celebrating it, mainly just because, if we do hit 300 episodes, I think that's, to us, is more monumental than 250. That's just my thoughts. And, that's why we didn't make such a big deal out of 250 episodes. But this episode is going to be pretty cool, because we have an interview. It coming on is Carlos Mojica. He wrote a children's book called Goal, Awesome Soccer Stories and Fun Facts for Kids. It is awesome. There we go. If you guys watching the video version, which is found on Belly Up's YouTube channel, by the way. This book has a lot of facts, man. Welcome to the exciting world of soccer and its amazing superstars. Get ready to meet soccer's greatest legends and rising stars and learn about major events and milestones in soccer history. Goal captures the excitement and passion of the global game and includes over 100 player profiles, including features on Pelé, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, David Beckham, Mia Hamm, Lamine Yamal, and more. An introduction to the basics of the game, position overviews, and highlights of some of the greatest players over the years. Trivia, key soccer terms, and quick kick facts to help you learn the game and its history. Spotlights on world championships, rivalries, major awards, winners, and player charities. Whether you're a budding soccer star or a super fan of the game, Goal is the ultimate guide to one of the world's most popular sports. This is an amazing book. I've gone over it a few times, and yeah, it was nothing but a pleasure to have Carlos Mojica and discuss not only his book, but obviously his journey through working in the game. And so, really cool interview. Definitely one worth listening to. Also, Edward's here, and we're going to discuss the new World Cup song because, it's definitely gotten a lot of attention. Mohamed Salah, this is going to be his final season with Liverpool, so we're going to talk about that one. And then also Didier Deschamps, this will be his final World Cup. So we talk about the French national team and where it goes from there as well. No players of the week this week because obviously it's international break, so we do not acknowledge international breaks for players of the week. And give you guys some games to look forward to this coming weekend. So pretty straightforward episode, man. It's going to be a great one. Once again, guys, links in the description for how to get the book, Goal. So that will be there. Also how you can follow Carlos Mojica as well. So that will be all there in the description. Make sure you guys go ahead and buy this book, especially if you're trying to learn a little bit more about the game, man. This book is awesome. I can't wait to show it to my dad, by the way. But yeah, so with all that being said, we're going to take a break and then go right into our interview with Carlos Mojica. Let me tell you guys about Belly Up Sports. Belly Up Sports is the internet sports bar. Go ahead and check out their website, www.bellyupsports.com, to read some great articles from great writers all across the country, from hockey, baseball, golf, soccer, you name it. Belly Up Sports is the premier, not your average website. All right, guys, joining me is a special guest, author of Goal, awesome soccer stories and fun facts for kids. Just got this book, already started reading it because technically I'm mentally a child. But Carlos, I am very grateful to have you on as a guest, man. How you been?
Been pretty good, thank you. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, definitely, man. Not very often we get authors. You're actually like our second author that we've gotten in this podcast, but still, it's awesome. Specifically, this is cool just because like youth development in the sport is like I think is really important. But before we get into all the nitty gritty of your book and a little bit of what you do so far behind the scenes, first question we always ask every guest: what got you into football?
So the answer is a letter and a number, R9, the original Ronaldo Nazario de Lima. Um, I was aware of soccer growing up. I grew up in El Salvador, and I was aware of soccer, and my friends would play it. I would occasionally play it. When the 1994 World Cup happened, I remember it being on. I didn't really watch it. I was too young at the time. I did collect the Panini album, if you've seen those, and that spiked my interest a little bit. And so I began paying more attention, and right around that time, this Brazilian guy was coming up, and he just was lighting up the field. And so he got me interested in it. And after that, it just became learning more about the game, playing it after school, or playing it at school, coming home from school. As you know, as you maybe know or don't know, in Latin America, at least Central America, for elementary, the school hours are from usually 8 or 9 until noon, and then you go home. And so I would go home for lunch. I would do my homework. I would watch cartoons and then go play soccer. Then we started getting the Champions League, and I would watch the Champions League and then go out and play soccer until it was dark. So that's sort of how my interest developed.
Okay, and it's funny because R9 is also a big influence for me as well. That's actually how I became a Madrista, was because of R9. And I don't know, what is it with Salvadorians in Brazil, by the way? Because my dad raised me on Brazil to the point where I was dumb enough to think we were Brazilian. But what's the connection with El Salvador and Brazil? Because it seems like it's every uncle's favorite team.
So I wouldn't say that R9 is my favorite player now, but he's just a guy that got me into it, and I very much enjoyed playing him. He's a legend of the game. My dad was actually more of a Maradona fan.
Okay.
And uh, and so I think with I don't know. I mean, it's just I think it's the fact that Brazilians are just they play that jogo bonito and it's very eye catching, and so you want to watch it when you have players like Ronaldinho, like Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Neymar later on that are just doing these things on the field that are popping. Like you want to watch, especially when you're a kid and you want to try to do those yourself.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, just because like growing up, my dad's always made sure. I mean, I just remember waking up early in the morning for that 2002 World Cup final. To go watch Brazil beat Germany in the final 2-0, which R9 was definitely a big part of that. But that's just funny, the connection that El Salvador has always had with Brazil for some weird reason to me. And like every friend that I have that's Salvadorian, which is not many here in Houston, but like everyone I know, like as soon as they tell me they watch soccer, they're wearing Brazil kits, and I'm just like, is this just our thing? Like this is what we? I mean, technically there is a city called Salvador in Brazil, so maybe that's what we rock with. But um,
Yeah.
so obviously you developed a passion for the game, and what kind of drew you into wanting to continue, essentially have a career with football?
So when I went to college, I originally wanted to be a writer. I was an English major, and I ended up switching to international relations. I got a master's in international comparative politics, so very far removed from the sports world. But when I was in grad school, I began covering soccer for a magazine called Centro Deportivo. It's a bilingual magazine. And at first, it was done remotely. Then I began to cover the men's national team and the Columbus Crew. I was based out of Northeast Ohio, so I would drive 2 hours to Columbus to cover the club, or I would travel to different cities to cover the U.S. And I was doing that on the side, and I really liked it. I got to go to the Gold Cup, I got to go to Copa America Centenario, but after doing that for a few years, I became interested in the club side of things because I like the idea that I could do work that could contribute to the success of the club, even if it was off the field. I feel like I was really part of a team. And in 2015, I looked around and I tried to find a soccer club near me that had an internship or position that I could apply for. And there weren't a lot of places near me. The closest ones were the Columbus Crew, which again was 2 hours away. So for an internship where you're going every day, that was challenging. And then the other one was the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, which was also 2 hours away. That was like smack in the middle of the two. So as I continued looking, I came across a club called AFC Cleveland, which was in the National Premier Soccer League. And I went to the website and I realized that they didn't have a lot of content in Spanish and that the recaps could be a little bit better. So I reached out to the owner. I said, hey, I was looking at your website. I think there's a lot that could be done with it. Would love to join in some capacity. Little did I know that he was going to be entrusting me with taking over the community relations aspect with the Hispanic community in Cleveland and essentially run the communications program. And so I did that for about 2 seasons, 2015, 2016. In 2016, I also took on a position with the NPSL itself as communications coordinator. And we were lucky in this, or I was lucky, I should say, that AFC Cleveland won the championship in 2016, the NPSL championship. So I had the chance to experience what it was like to host that type of contest at home. And then that same year, a position opened up with the Columbus Crew. But then I had gained enough experience because while I was doing all this with the NPSL and AFC Cleveland, I was still covering the Crew, the men's national team. So I was just trying to do as much soccer as I could.
Hmm.
And so I applied for the position, I got it, and that's sort of how I started working for the MLS.
Man, that is you were just this is a true definition of just you found you found an opportunity, you just took it. I think that's I think more people you just take that risk, and who sometimes it is just about just shooting your shot out there and see what's out there. Um, but I gotta say, like when you did that transition from the NPSL and Cleveland, what was it like from doing the communication side for those for that team in the NPSL, which many probably would view as, I don't want to say it disrespectfully, but a lower league compared to like MLS and the Columbus Crew. How would you say was, I guess, the transition from that to then Major League Soccer?
No, I mean it's a lower league. That's not disrespectful. It's a lower league. I don't think it's trying to be a Division One league, right?
Hmm.
Uh, it's different because you have clubs that have a very different budget than you have in the MLS, and it's very much a labor of love. They're to varying degrees of success. I mean, Chattanooga, as he started out in the NPSL, and they were getting, I think, 5,000 folks in the stadium at times, or fairly regularly. But the levels are different. I mean, and although it was a big step up being in MLS compared to the NPSL, I think the fact that I had work covering the Crew helped me a little bit. The fact that I had work as a beat writer in other tournaments helped me because although I wasn't doing the club side of things, I was more familiar with sort of what the expectation was. Because when you work in communications, you're working with the media. And so I sort of knew what the media needed, what the expectation was among the media members. and the level. And so, with that said, it was a steep learning curve. And so, the MLS has grown by leaps and bounds, and they have very high standards. And so, I learned as I was doing things. I mean, just with anything, you learn with practice, you learn with repetitions, or excuse me, with repetition. But having been on the reporter side of things, I think helped me tremendously.
And obviously, with communications, I think things have changed over the years where it's like typical media press. Um, how did you view the transition from kind of being more accepting to the non-traditional media? The guys that are just chilling in their bedroom doing a podcast, coming in and getting like their shot to gain some information on what's going on with a club that they're passionately covering.
So I think it's media, but it's different types of media, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's different types of coverage. So, for example, you have a podcast where you might be getting guests from the club, but they may not necessarily be doing coverage. And so, even though you're trying to service both types of media, you're servicing them. What they need is from you is different. You want to make sure that at the end of the day that the folks that are arriving are being professional. It doesn't matter whether it's a quote unquote small organization or a big organization. I think the way that folks carry themselves and when they're adhering to rules makes a big difference. I came from a smaller outlet, Centro Deportivo. We covered a lot, but we were not an ESPN. And some of the things that I was taught early on were, you show up on time, you don't wear a jersey to the press box, you don't celebrate goals. And those are things that stuck with me. And so it's nice that we've been able to get coverage through different outlets, different types of media. And I think it does take a lot of adapting, but I think it's understanding that what they need may be different. So it's not about treating people unequally at all. It's just no treating them equitably.
Mm-hmm. And obviously you mentioned that you were speaking on more of a Latin influence when you were starting out with Cleveland, and from what you were able to do with them and the NPSL, were there some things that you brought with you to the Columbus Crew, or were they already doing those things?
No, I think the crew was in a very good spot as it pertained to their communications team. I think I was able to assist with the Spanish side of things, the Spanish language. I was able to translate for players and make sure that players that didn't have a voice were able to get their stories told, or at least we try to. And I'm happy that I was able to do that. And I would say that it's maybe what I brought with me more than anything was the fact that it doesn't matter what outlet, what size, what club you're with, what you're working with. At the end of the day, you have to show up with that same determination.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely, it's that friendliness that you get in El Salvador, right? Like, you
Yeah.
know, like when you're about to head home, but there's someone that needs a ride and they just happen to be on the way. It's not something that you see here in the United States, but it's like very common in like the small towns in El Salvador. Um, when you've done like so many cool things in your career with communications and even with community, what was one of those like I can't believe I was able to be a part of this? And it could be something like with a big tournament or maybe just a cool community event that you were able to do. Like what was that felt really fulfilling for yourself?
So I was able to meet Risto Stoichkov, the Ballon d'Or winner from 1993, who's in the book, at the Copa America Centenario final. And that to me was a big moment. Legend for Barcelona, legend for Bulgaria, 1994 World Cup, breakout star, if you will. And that was really cool. From a time with the crew, there's a lot to pick from. I think the easy thing would be to say MLS Cup, but
Hmm.
I think some of the smaller things. We did a preseason in Brazil, my first year with the club, and we were in the Sao Paulo academy in Cotia, and just being in Brazil. We were just talking about Brazil earlier, right?
Hmm.
But being in what we kind of see in Latin America as the hotbed of soccer culture, going to a soccer game there, and even meeting Rogério Ceni, the fabled goalkeeper from Sao Paulo. That was all very special. And that's it's not one thing, but it's all part of the same thing. So I'm kind of
Hmm.
grouping it together. But that was really cool. And that's something that I got to do because I worked in soccer. So I feel very lucky that I was able to do that.
Brazil always comes back, man. That's the most
Yeah.
important part of it all. Uh, so obviously, you know, there was a reason. What inspired you for this book? Like I know you always had studied writing, and that was something that always was something that you're always going to be a writer at the end. And I know communications, you guys do a lot of creative writing as well. But what was it that finally was like that light for you that you're like, I want to write this book?
So what I would say is that I've always wanted to write a book, and I didn't know that it was going to be a kids book about soccer, but it just sort of made sense. We have the World Cup just a few months away. Excuse me, the World Cup was just a few months away, and when you think of soccer, or at least when I think of soccer, I think of the joy that it brings to people, and when you think of joy, you think of children. And so it just seemed like a very natural fit to write a book about soccer when we have this giant tournament, this once in a lifetime opportunity right here in our backyard.
No, yeah, definitely. One of my biggest gripes with the youth development, and this is coming from someone that has worked in the youth side of MLS, it's just, and I don't think it's necessarily MLS on any to blame for anything because I think it just comes back to the home. And culturally, it's just there's not a lot of cultures that soccer is the first sport. I mean, I grew up here in the United States. I was the first generation, American where soccer is just natural for me. My neighborhood was very Latin based, so it was we were out in the out in the streets playing soccer, or going to the park playing soccer. So like for us, it was never different, or this was this odd different sport. But and then you have kids that grew up that were not Latin but grew up in the neighborhood. You're gonna go play with the other kids, and I think one of the big things for me is just like, especially I guess for that other side that's still trying to get into soccer, is like they've made it more like competitive right away. And that's not anything against it. I mean, I hate losing even as a 5 year old, but like for me, it always was like I love playing the game. I always connected the game with fun. Like it was this thing that I got to do with friends. Like I didn't think of the pressure of, oh shoot, my U5 club is if I don't win, we don't go on. We don't win a
Yeah.
trophy. Um, and so for me, like that's what I always think is important for the youth side. Like I mean, I don't care if the kids doing calisthenics on the side. Like I just want them to see the ball, identify the ball as just this fun thing. Which at me being a godfather, I get to watch my godsons. They're twins. That's exactly what they're doing. They're just kicking the ball around. I don't care that it's hitting me. I'm just enjoying that they're having fun. They connect the ball as just this fun thing. And now they're playing organized soccer, which I think at the end it all intertwines. And so I know I said this big long rant, but it meant something here. For that, what stage are you thinking of for this kid when they're looking at this book?
Like what age range?
Yeah, or like what stage in football are they for you? Like,
So so what I would say is that with this book, the idea is that you can give this to a kid that's never watched soccer or knows very little about soccer. And if they read this book, which you've seen it, you have it, it's pretty thick.
yeah,
Uh, they will have learned about soccer and hopefully fallen in love with the game by the end of it. The book covers everything from the history of the game to the laws of the game, the different positions. It has over 100 profiles where it gets into players throughout history, both men and women. It talks about what players have done off the field, and it even has a section at the end about how children can get involved, how they can become involved with the sport. And to your point, that can look very different. Sometimes it's going to the park and kicking the ball around. Sometimes it's watching a game at home. Sometimes it's going and supporting your local club. Sometimes it's playing a rec league or maybe joining an academy. But the beauty of soccer is that it is a simple sport to play. I remember playing with these plastic hard balls that every so often would break because they were really cheap in El Salvador. And we would make our goals out of two stones. And we played for hours. And it's a beautiful game. Soccer has this ability to transcend languages, and it really brings strangers together. It can make them cry, laugh, and smile. And so, while the book is aimed at kids ages 7 to 9, I think it's really for any kid. It can be for a kid that's already familiar with the game, and then by when they read it, they'll find out more stuff about their favorite players, or maybe discover a new player. Or it can be for someone that knows nothing about it, and they will get an education on soccer.
No, yeah, I think that this is like something for all ages or all levels of the game can really just read and enjoy. And I think one thing very importantly is kind of like uh almost like remembering the past. Like I love that, and it's not just like one specific region. You're and not even a gender specific when it comes to who you're highlighting in your book. Because I mean, you got Martha in there. You got uh, you know, uh, and I got a real good question that's gonna be kind of funny, but I'm gonna save on that one. But you have like a lot of legends of the game from across the world and from different time periods. How important was it for these kids to know about like the past, like the legends that our dads were telling us about?
It was very important to me, and the reason for that is twofold. One, I think I mentioned earlier that I got into the game because of Ronaldo, and I mentioned that my dad liked Maradona, and I remember telling my dad about Ronaldo, and his answer was, "Oh yeah, he's pretty good, but you should check out that Maradona guy." And so it's a type of book that leads to these conversations. There's probably players in the book, or that are in the book that some people think shouldn't be, or there are players missing from the book that other people think should be, and I want those conversations to happen. And I don't think it's never going to be a definitive list of the greatest players of all time, because that list looks very different. Your list, very different than mine. There's probably a lot of overlap, but it's going to look different. This is meant to be a list of players that have captured the imagination of the public, and a sampling of players throughout history and throughout the globe. It was important to me that there was a presentation from different countries, including Latin America and Central America, as well as Asia and Africa. And so with this book, I think a child can get an idea of just how global the sport really is. I mean, we always talk about how soccer is a global sport. Well, the list of players is able to showcase that.
Yeah, and I think something that I think also it does is because I think at the end of the day in any sport, and I think something that I wasn't ever able to like relate to basketball or American football is just I don't see myself on the field. And obviously I'm not saying a 5'6" Salvador. I'm saying, but I don't see I don't see a Sanchez. I don't see a Rodriguez normally out on those places in those sports. Whereas in football, our football, you see people are yelling out Luis Diaz, like Latin names, and it's something that you can see yourself in there because it's your people, and then you start learning about what countries these guys are from. I became an Arturo Alvarez fan strictly because he was a Salvadorian that also grew up in Houston, Texas. So I was like, this is all the connection that I ever had, and that was actually a really cool moment that I got to meet him as well. But I was able to see myself, and I think that's the cool book. The cool thing about this book is that you're showing kids like that you can be here, like see themselves in this sport because you're showing players of different regions in the world. So like kind of me being that kid that was like, I see myself on the field with all these soccer players because Latin names, or maybe they're not Salvadorian but they're Latin players, and you sense that pride that my last name could be on one of these shirts one day.
No, absolutely. Representation is important. It's important because you want kids to be able to see what possibilities there are and what they can be.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm gonna wrap this up with this question because obviously there's a specific legend in this book, and obviously for you and me, this legend's very important. Did you sense like all your Theos like right behind you as soon as you put in Magico Gonzalez?
So the what?
Like all your uncles telling you how great Magico Gonzalez is. Like, did you sense them as you were typing in Magico Gonzalez on the book?
100%. I mean, listen, I happen to think he's one of the greatest players that CONCACAF has ever seen. Certainly the greatest Salvadoran player of all time. I don't think anyone would dispute that. And so it was important for me to have him in there because, to your point about diversity and showcasing that, I thought he belonged there. But yes, I could hear my grandpa talking about him. 100% I could.
Like, I'm definitely showing this book to my dad. Like,
Good.
the first thing I'm gonna do is just flip over. Look, Magico's here. That's my dad's guy. So, as a matter of fact, my older brother, his name is Jorge Alberto Flores, because of Magico. So,
That's great.
So it
So
all
if
connects.
if you do that, I want to see a photo. I want to see a video of how your dad reacts.
Definitely, I will definitely send it to you, man. But yeah,
I
man.
listen. Maradona supposedly said that he was the greatest player he had ever seen.
I framed that. If like I need to get that and frame it eventually. But yeah, that is like forever gonna be there. I don't care what anybody else says. I said that a goat recognized him, so he has to be a goat in some aspect. And he's still kicking it, man. That guy looks great for his age too.
Yeah.
But yes, Carlos, this was amazing. I love this book, man. I can't wait for my godsons to read it. I can't wait for my dad to read this, because this is just. I think this you specifically for you said 7 to 9, but I think anybody can read this book, and I think Edward needs to learn the basics of this game as well. So he could definitely use it as a 36-year-old. So, but I appreciate it, man. Tell us where we can find you and how we can get this book. Goal.
Absolutely. So the book is out now. You can find it pretty much anywhere books are sold. So Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Books a Million. It's out through Quarto Kids, the Becker Myers series. And you can, if you want to help out the publisher, you can go to a URL called that's GENI.US/Goal Awesome Soccer. But yes, the book is widely available. As for me, you can follow me on Instagram and Threads at CD Mojica. I'm still on X at CD_Mojica. If you buy the book, please take a photo of it when you get it, tag me on it, or just let me know what you think of it. I'm curious to see how it's received. I spent a lot of time working on it, and I'm hoping that I did the sport justice. So let me know.
Yeah, definitely, and I promise you to get that video of my dad. So, but great to have you on, man. Everything will be in the description for this episode, so make sure you guys go ahead and check out the links over there, because we need the sport to grow, and this is definitely a great start to it. So appreciate it, Carlos, and you're more than welcome to come anytime you want, man.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate the opportunity, and I'll be in touch, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I love soccer, Peggy.
All right, guys. Big thank you to Carlos Mojica for coming on, doing his interview. Definitely make sure, I'm going to have it right here. If it doesn't let me, the green screen doesn't allow me. Make sure you guys get this book, Goal. Awesome soccer stories and fun facts for kids. It's a really thick-ass book. Great book. Awesome read. Edward, by the way, this is a gift for your kids, by the way. So,
yeah, thanks. And that's funny because I was actually going to say, hey, I'm going to go out and get that book for the kids.
You know what? Go get that book, and then that way both of them have a book. So that's what we're going to do. That's the strategy.
We'll see what the strategy. Here's the strategy. We'll see who actually reads the book and pays attention.
Yeah,
and actually goes off of that.
That's very true. My money's on Iker. So, no offense to Mateo.
Mateo, come here. What did Hector say? Come here. Basically, I'm like, you got to prove him wrong. Oh, he loves. Look, he loves to prove people wrong.
Hey, I love Mateo. I love Mateo. He's about that action. He is your Marshawn Lynch of your family. He's about that action, boss.
Yep.
But can you sit still and read a book?
Yeah, that's true. I'd have to sit down and
once
read
again. I love my godsons. I don't have favorites. We don't do favorites here. That would be a terrible godfather and a terrible uncle move. We don't do favorites here.
Yes, we don't do favorites, but secretly there is a favorite always.
But my money's on I don't need to get on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Now, if it was about a foot race,
Oh no. No, if anything, no. Actually, believe it or not, Ike is a little bit faster than Mateo
He's
because
got the height.
Mateo. No. Well, Ike has the height, but also, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Ike also has the fact that he takes smaller strides compared to Mateo. Mateo thinks that by stepping hard on the floor and trying to take bigger strides,
Jesus
he's
Christ.
gonna run faster or he's gonna get there quicker. And I've already explained this to him. The problem is, this is where this book comes in. This is where this book comes in. It's like it'll explain to him what he actually needs to do. And the thing with Mateo is like, if he sees it in a book and he reads it and it's facts, he will actually try it and do it. He's that type of person. He will try to do it. Iked, on the other hand, he has my thing of watching something on YouTube. Oh, I'm going to try to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
once again, guys, make sure you guys go and purchase the book. Link is in the description. So you guys remember, awesome book. Also, I love the fact that Magico Gonzalez is on this thing because that, as every Salvadorian knows, that's a clip of what was that Bad Teacher where that's all I need, Sean.
and ironically that's our version of Maradona.
That's our goat. Yeah, very much
like
almost person for person Maradona. But yeah, Edward,
in the field and out the field.
In the field and off the field, we love him. You know, treasure, family treasure, country treasure. He's beloved. We love him. I need to get me and the Astros gave up another home run. Oh no, they didn't. No, did they? Yeah, they gave up another. Jesus Christ! All right, you know what? Let's get into football. Let's get into football because that's gonna make me not depressed. Or maybe this topic's gonna ruin it for me a bit. All right, so FIFA has announced their official World Cup song. All right, Edward, before we get into this, how important is to you the song of the World Cup?
Look, listen to me, okay? The only one that ever stuck with me that was like right in my feels and I felt that it was a movement. It was Shakira's Waka Waka. That is literally the only one that whenever anybody references the World Cup to, I never go back to, oh, hey, like the one with, I mean, I love Nicky Jam. Don't get me wrong. I love that.
That song sucked.
It is booty. It is cheeks, bro. But that's why whenever anybody says, hey, World Cup, my mind automatically goes to South Africa. And I'm just like, yeah. Like that was the movement. That was the song for the World Cup. It was perfect, everything. Not because it was Shakira, but it was just like, it was like everybody showed up in that video. Like for one, everybody showed up.
Freshly Ground, right? Which I believe is a group from Africa. I don't know if they're specifically from South Africa, but yeah, like it was very much the vibes. Like this was like encompassed, which is crazy because you had a Colombian.
It encompassed everything, dude. The thing is, whenever they would play those clips, those clips in the commercials, when everybody they would score goals,
right? You felt like you did. Yeah, so
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, okay, for example, when the Colombians did that celebration where they were just holding and going on a line and dancing, it went with the beat. It went with it. It was perfect. Even when the Brazilian did the samba, I was like, bro, it went with it. Like everybody's celebrating and everything. It was just like that vibe was legit. It didn't matter what celebration it was. If they were just celebrating, screaming, running, and jumping, somehow it personified that song right there. It was that. Everybody who scored a goal, everybody who celebrated, they did the celebration at the corner post. They did the celebration on the sidelines, dancing, whatever it was. The fist pumping, the scream, everything. It was all that song in there. It fit. It was a perfect fit. So to me, anybody tells me, "Hey, did you like the World Cup song?" I'll be like, "Waka Waka." Yeah. They're like, "Nah, I'll be like, "No."
I think when you at least most recent World Cup songs, Waka Waka is definitely the one everyone remembers. I would argue La Copa del Vida because of Ricky Martin, which literally it was just the World Cup. The song was literally the World Cup. Like Waka Waka, it's not necessarily. It is a World Cup song. I'm not trying to say that it's not, but like you can like you don't it's not specifically aimed towards like okay the wording isn't like besides just it's time for Africa. Like aside from that, like I don't think that anybody's like whereas like Ricky Martin is literally saying World Cup, this is the one, right? Like he literally says World Cup in the song. But like those were the last two bangers that I can think of for World Cup songs. So I don't put too much on the World Cup song because frankly I can give rat's ass about the World Cup song, but apparently, and I'm gonna go on a full rant about it, and I'll get that till we get there. But yeah, so the new song came out. It is called "Lighter" by Jelly Roll and Karin Leon, and
don't know how to feel about it.
All right. So before we get into this, I do like Jelly Roll. I'm not gonna say a big fan of Jelly Roll, but I like his music, and I don't want to take people are taking way too many jabs at this guy, and the only reason why I'm not gonna take a lot of jabs on him because one, I think he's an amazing singer. Secondly, his story, whether it's fabricated or not, I'll let the true judge decide on that one, which obviously we all know who is the one and almighty. That's no one's above him. You know what I mean? But Jelly Roll, if you guys don't know, the guy was a convict. He was going through alcohol abuse, drug abuse, whatever you can think of, and once again was an inmate. Hey guys, this is Hector from the Insert Name FC podcast here to tell you guys about Canada Dips. It is a great tasting, superior alternative to traditional dip using CBD in a way that is radical, enjoyable, and effective. It comes in 5 core flavors: wintergreen, mint, citrus, mango, and American spice. Canada Dip CBD is the new evolution in dip, allowing guys to enjoy great, long-lasting taste without the downsides. If you guys want to go ahead and try them out, use the code BELLYUP20 at CanadaDipCBD.com. Once again, BELLYUP20 at CanadaDipCBD.com, and you'll get yourself 20% off your purchase. Thank you again for Canada Dips for being a great partner of Belly Up Sports. He then accepted Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior, and then found country music. And then that's how he now became this Grammy Award winning, by the way, artist. So, the reason why I say that is because most of his music stems, and I think this is any musician. I'm not trying to take that away. Any musician usually stems from stuff from what they've gone through, right? And a lot of Jelly Roll's music does come from his turnaround, his struggle of, finding Christ, right? And so I don't want to take anything away from that. So when I heard this song, it was a Jelly Roll song. Like this was, if you've heard any songs from Jelly Roll, it's a lot of songs that are coming from where he came from, which is him going through his struggle with addiction, his struggle with finding God. So that's where I want to start with first before we get into the song, because the song does hit those themes. If I don't know if you heard it, Edward, but obviously, when he's like talking about I'm feeling lighter, chains are coming off, right? Those kind of things. So once again, this is all songs like what he's gonna sing from what he's gone through. Maybe he wasn't the right selection for a World Cup song, and I get that. And we'll talk about maybe who we would want to pick for this. But also, by the way, FIFA picked the artist, not the USA. I just want to predicate to that.
That's in every, and then that's the thing. I think that's in every song or artist that they choose. It's always FIFA. It's never anybody like, oh, they're gonna, USA or South Africa chose Shakira, or no, like it was more of like FIFA chose it, and then they have to kind of go and coincide. Which, mind you, okay, reiterating to Hector's point, it's like, yes, Jelly Roll has a real, like Hector said, like he wants to choose to believe it about Jelly Roll's background and everything. I myself, I'm just like, okay, cool. You found Christ? Amazing. Awesome. Very proud of that. But
it's just not a World Cup song. It's just not a World Cup song.
It doesn't sound like it to me. And then I get it though. And here's where I'm gonna come in and interject, where I get it why they did it this way and why they chose the artist that they did. The World Cup is being hosted in the US and Mexico, Canada. So, North America. Mm-hmm. These two artists from North America. One's USA, one's Mexico. Karim Leon, he's a big artist in Mexico. He's a big artist in the US because he does tour, and a lot of people
has collaborated with country singers. So I thought,
yes, he has. He has. Who was one? Who was one? Can you think one?
Cody Johnson.
Okay, yeah. Cody Johnson.
That's the one that I first think of because like Hurts Like Tequila won, by the way.
Yeah.
Beautiful song, by the way. And,
yeah.
And the only reason why I say that because like a lot of people that made complaints. One, I don't think anybody wanted to complain about Karim Leon. I think they were just once again taking jabs at Jelly Roll. Karim Leon's verse is one awesome. I love his verse. And I don't want to say that he saved the song because I think that's just mean to Jelly Roll. Like, if this was not the FIFA World Cup song, I would say this is generally a good song. Like,
yeah, I mean, in general, it's like I guess you could say it's an acquired taste. Like, it's a song
I'm not playing this multiple times throughout the day. That's not what I'm saying. But it's a good song.
It's like an acquired taste. Like, there's people that would be up to it because I mean, I'm surprised. Oh, okay. Let me rephrase myself. I'm actually like not in shock that the Nicky Jam song didn't go hardcore like it was supposed to and everything because of all the beats or whatever.
Well, on top of that, Nicky Jam just singing in English just didn't sound right to me.
Exactly. It's like you're putting him out of his element, and I'm like, and he has sung in English before, like
also,
but as a cameo. But it's like a small verse in English, and then later on he'll switch it up.
Who thought it was a good idea to bring Will Smith into that?
See, Will Smith, every time I hear anything that Will Smith is doing music, all I hear is hey, hey. That's it. That's all I hear. Yeah.
Switch was pretty good. I will give
it. That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, no, that we'll talk about that in a bit.
But anyways, but yeah, I feel like Jelly Roll's. So I guess you could say in a musical perspective, I'm not a musician, I'm not a producer, I'm not anything like that. But just by listening, they both kind of have the same similar gritty voice that they do have. It's a smooth grittiness. Like, that's the thing. It's like, I know it's like a oxymoron. It's a smooth grittiness.
Which is what comes with a Jelly Roll song. Once again, it's just how he sings. Like, this is, and he's gonna touch up about things that he's gone through once again. So this is why, I think when you want a FIFA, like, and honestly, like, to be fair, like, the last World Cup song, once again, Edward mentioned Waka Waka. Like, that's, what, like 16 years ago?
Yep.
So, like, we're talking about a song that came from 16. And by the way, I want to just take jabs on everybody on social media because every song that people keep listing on, like, the top World Cup songs are all from that 2010 World Cup.
Yep.
All of them are. And it's like even the songs that weren't even the official World Cup songs.
They were just like the side songs.
Waving Flag, which was a banger.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like, bro, I get hyped when I get older. I will be stronger. They call me freedom. Just like, I love Waving Flag. Honestly, not really hot take. Waving Flag should have been the official song for the World Cup because that song was amazing.
That would have been a good song to have right now. At this,
but
honestly, right now in this scenario that basically we're in as a world, that would have been a pretty decent song to have.
I think what people want is a pop song. That's literally what it is because that's what it is because everyone keeps talking about Waka Waka, and you know what? I know Mr. 305 ain't pop, but like We Are One, which is the song for the 2014 World Cup, by the way. Was it a good song? Yes. Do I remember it too much? Not too well.
Not at all.
The only reason why I remember it was because playing 2014 World Cup, because that was the last time you could do the whole playing through qualifier, the FIFA World Cup game, back when you can actually go through the qualifiers and then make it to the World Cup. Like me trying to get El Salvador win the World Cup. Like that's like,
I did it in beginner mode.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it. As I beat France like 20-0. But like We Are One, that's the only reason why I remember that because of just and once again Pitbull, it's a hot name, and I think the reason why that FIFA sought after Jelly Roll is because he's a multi-award winning artist. Like he is, you see him everywhere right now. You're seeing him. Yeah. Hell, he was a voice actor for that Steph Curry movie.
Oh, GOAT, yeah.
Yeah, he was in the movie. So like everyone, everyone's trying to get Jelly Roll. So I get why you go after Jelly Roll. It's just the song doesn't make you feel excited for the World Cup. To be fair though, the last World Cup songs I haven't really been excited about the World Cup. No
Okay,
offense.
let me interject something here real quick. This is just a personal opinion of yours that I want to know of. Well, how would you feel if the song would have? Because the thing is, if you would have picked this artist, the song would have been completely different.
Mhm.
What if they would have done Bad Bunny, a collaboration between Bad Bunny and somebody else? Like, because think about it, he's US.
All-time vibes.
Yeah.
All-time vibes.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like because he is US, Puerto Rican,
and I think
but
the pop genre, I know one thing. Bad Bunny is like super versatile. So,
I mean, dude, the halftime show and everything, it was a banger song. It was a banger song.
I love me some Bad Bunny. So don't anybody get it twisted. I love me some Bad Bunny. Give me all the Bad Bunny that you can give me. Like, I love that guy. I love that he was. Look, I didn't like Happy Gilmore too, but he was definitely the best part of the whole movie. Like, I love Bad Bunny's character. He is the best. Like, I truly love Bad Bunny. He would have been the perfect. I think he's the number one artist right now. Someone could disagree with me with that, but he is like the hottest name. There's people that don't even speak Spanish that like listen to him. There's people that speak Spanish that don't understand what he's saying.
Some people. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the beat sometimes, or it's just the flow. It's the flow of the way he says
vibe,
anything.
Man. What's that? DTMF.
I think so.
Spanish music is a tricky little thing because songs can sound really happy, and then you read the lyrics
and you're just like, ugh.
Yeah. Because I actually played that song, the whole throughout the whole thing with my grandfather, just because it was like a really touching song for me. But yeah, no, Bad Bunny would have been perfect. And everyone's like, oh, we should have got an American artist and a Canadian artist and a Mexican artist. And I would be honest with you, if that was the route that FIFA was going to do, which, by the way, they probably should have done that for every World Cup. But let's be honest, that's not what they do. They go after the big artists because, like, to be fair, though, 2022 was kind of weird. I actually liked it was different when they went after Trinidad, Cardona, Davido, and Aisha. I thought that was cool. The song is great. I have nothing against Haya Haya. I think it's a cool song. It's a cool vibe. Once again,
but I think it's forgettable.
Forgettable, and unfortunately, it got overshadowed by iShowSpeed mispronouncing country names. So but yeah, the Nicky Jam song at that time in 2018, Nicky Jam was like everywhere.
Yeah, he was in Fast and the Furious.
He was in Fast and the Furious. He was literally everywhere. So why wouldn't you get Nicky Jam? I don't get Will Smith. I don't get that part.
I think he was relevant because of Jada Pinkett. No. I mean, showing a little offense there. I mean, I love Will Smith and everything. I love his movies.
That was
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, before he slapped, but he was still going through the whole thing of like them technically not being married together, but they're married.
Is that when Bad Boys 3 came out?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't know.
But
I just remember the only thing I remember from that song is just Will Smith yelling out, "We're right here." That's all I remember. But and then Nicky Jam singing in English, which that just was off-putting to me. 2014, Pitbull. Bro, it's Mr. 305. Of course, he's just the hot, especially in the 2010s, the hottest name you can think of when it came to music. And then 2010, Shakira. Like, you're gonna have Shakira. Her hips don't lie. Like, once again, talking about an artist that was big in the 2010s.
And it's not even the fact that her hips don't lie and she's hot and stuff. She actually took time to learn about the culture, the way they dance. I'm gonna do my thing.
She brought in Freshly Ground. She brought in Freshly Ground, which maybe is a South African group.
I don't know. Google it. Google.
This is great podcasting, by the way. Yeah,
Google.
But let's see, Freshly Ground, and pop band.
Pop band from where?
Cape Town, South Africa.
Aha!
Afro fusion pop band. So see what you do. See what can happen. And you know what? She did an amazing halftime show, even though I lost the bet because stupid Vegas thought they twerked. But they moved their hips. That's not a twerk. But and then, like, honestly, I didn't even know 2006 and 2002 had a unofficial song. So that should tell you where I rate the World Cup songs. But of course, in 1998, you had probably one of the most iconic World Cup songs, "The Cup of Life" by Ricky Martin, which the 90s was his time. Like, this was Ricky Martin before he came out. So, like, this was like prime sexiest name. Like, She Bangs hasn't even came out yet. Like, this is how big Ricky Martin is. Like, this is Living La Vida Loca.
You know what's funny? It's like the only reason why I know that song, the She Bang song, is because of the dude from American Idol.
William
Hung. She bang, she bang, she bang,
oh,
she
man,
bang.
I was like, bro. I hope he's okay. But yeah, so going back to this Jelly Roll song, many people on social media are just going on these rants about how this is the worst song ever. And to be honest, I think we could probably argue that Live It Up was probably worse. But
look, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I think it just has to do a lot with this political crap that's going on right now. That's the whole. Yeah, because think about it. The halftime show Bad Bunny did. He even said it himself. This isn't just for Latinos. It's like for everybody in the world. Like, doesn't matter if you're white, doesn't matter if you're black, doesn't matter anything. It doesn't matter. It's just for everybody. And I mean, think about it. He had Lady Gaga in there. It was a good collaboration, man. Like, I'm not
gonna lie to you, Edward. I need, like, you don't know how much I need that salsa version of that Bruno Mars song.
Oh God!
Like, that's how.
Dude, are you gonna end up finding it somewhere? I know that.
I'm gonna find it. I need that in my life. That was amazing, by the way. I love me some Lady Gaga too. But yeah, like, I think, I don't know if the worst song ever was really harsh. I did love the Ford F-150 commercial, like, just having like the commercial just on and just having the song playing, because it actually really did work. It's like when you play was it Dear Maria on any anime intro. So, like,
oh yeah.
So that's like I thought that was kind of fun. That was actually pretty creative. But like, the outrage for this song, like, first of all, the song isn't gonna dictate the World Cup. Like, I don't think the song really. I mean, Waka Waka was just the best embodiment of the World Cup, by the way, because it felt like South Africa. Like, you felt this was the World Cup in South Africa vibes. Like that. Shakira probably is forever going to be known as the greatest artist to have ever embodied a World Cup. And so, like,
I mean, I believe it, bro.
Yeah, like, I don't think that's a hot take. Like, I mean, no offense to Ricky Martin, he made a great World Cup song, but it's not. It's not the 98. You don't think France when you hear La Copa de la Vida. So, whereas you have Waka Waka, which is generally you just feel the vibes of South Africa. So, I think hopefully she doesn't get sued like that one comedian for translating The Lion King. But like that song that was just the best embodiment for the World Cup. I think that FIFA just didn't get the right person. Because this, once again, if this was just a regular Jelly Roll song, I don't think people are going on rants about a song. Especially if you've never really listened to Jelly Roll, you probably will never listen to a Jelly Roll song. Maybe because Karim Leon is in there. But by the way, great artist. But I love both these artists. I think they're both great.
I'll be honest. The Jelly Roll song that I really like, and it's because I just saw it on Sonic 3, like the ending credit. It's pretty good. Run It.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Dude, that's a good one.
Bro, this guy, like, I'll tell you how good I think Jelly Roll is. This man made me cry. I think I'm just getting at some stage in my life at my age where just movies and like songs are just gonna make me cry. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe I have feelings now, but like, I'm just.
That's reaching for the stars.
But like, Jelly Roll has a song called I think it's called Somebody Save Me, or It Saved Me.
Oh yeah, that's a really good song.
I cry every time. I don't know what it is. I think it's because he just brings an emotional element that you feel his pain, that like it just gets into your heartstrings. And so, like, once again, this is just, I think the song Lighter is just a very typical Jelly Roll song. Like, if this was just a regular song from his album, you were just like, this is just Jelly Roll doing his thing. And Karim Leon, who did a great job in the song, even when he switched over to English, which I think was one, that's impressive. Like, just what he was able to do, because he was rapping. Like, if anybody caught on to that, Karim Leon was rapping, and then switched over to sing the chorus in English. I thought that was impressive. At least, I mean, maybe I get easily impressed. But if you were, Edward, to recruit your people for this song, maybe if you want to go the route of having a Canadian artist, an American artist and a Mexican artist, like what would be the route?
I mean, if you really think about it, dude, you already know who they're gonna get for I was about to say Canada. You already know who they're gonna get for Canada. They're just gonna go for Drake. They're just gonna go for Drake.
Okay,
period.
So you're thinking Drake.
I'm thinking Drake. I mean, they're not.
I think Drake is a good pick. He's also a fan of soccer or football.
Yeah,
I believe he's actually like been very vocal about his love for Chelsea.
He's been he no, and he also. I mean, I think it's like if Toronto's playing, I think he's actually big on that. You know, like he'll show up for games.
Yeah, and I mean also he's Canadian, so he'd probably be rooting for Canada. All right, so your artist.
You're about to say it too.
Yeah, I was about to say Canadian. You can thank How I Met Your Mother.
No, I How I Met Your Mother. Yeah.
And then USA. Who's your American artist? Kendrick Lamar.
No, honestly, dude, that's the thing. It's like Drake, and then like I said, honestly, the guy that has the Grammy, Bad Bunny. Like that would have been.
Oh, okay.
I think that's who I thought they were going to choose.
Man, Drake and Bad Bunny. Are you throwing in a Mexican here?
Mexican. I want to say Karim Leon is a good pick.
Okay.
But right now, who can I pick? That's like big right now? Because
all right, you want to hear mine? Like I'm going in the pop direction. All right, it's gonna be.
Well, I was thinking about that too. So, but go ahead.
Drake is very pop, so I would say that, and Bad Bunny once again very pop as well. All right, so my Canadian artist, you pick Drake. I'm gonna pick the other Canadian in the Biebs.
Oh,
the boy can sing.
Yeah, he can.
And he loves.
He holds
soccer.
up very. Yeah, he does.
And once again, very poppy. Now, for the you know what? Before I get to the American, Mexico, doble P, peso pluma.
Okay, see,
versatile,
so I was kind of
versatile, by the way, because he can do the corridos, but he can also do a little like reggaeton. He can do some hip hop. So he's very versatile as a Latin artist. So I think that Peso Pluma, Biebs, I think could be very good for like a very poppy song.
Mm-hmm.
And then
song.
Now the American is going to be really tricky because like how do you have a pop artist, you have like someone that I want to hear some Spanish because once again this is like supposed to be like the embodiment of North America. So I want Peso Pluma to be singing in Spanish. My American is Kendrick Lamar because I think we need some rap in here. And maybe I'm just biased because I really love Kendrick Lamar, but I think he's like our current GOAT. But when it comes to rap, so I think like having a song with Biebs having like the melody, maybe doing like the chorus, having Peso Pluma having like a verse in Spanish, and then having Kendrick Lamar just getting like that energy, like American, especially with like you're talking about the U.S., right? Hip hop is really big in the U.S., so you need to throw in some hip hop, have those strong chorus. The only thing with me is that maybe Kendrick might be a little controversial of an artist, but it would be hilarious to have like Drake and Kendrick in a song together.
Oof,
never will happen.
That is.
But I like the direction you have with Drake because Drake obviously lyrical as a rapper, but also as a vocalist as well because he obviously has like the voice of an angel. But so who you thinking for your Mexican now? Or no, you had Karim Leon, right? Or you were thinking Karim Leon?
I was thinking, honestly, who can I pick? Because
also everyone that listens, be proud of me. I didn't pick Becky G. So
I figured. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought you would have.
But we've heard Peso Pluma and Becky G collaborate. So like it just wouldn't. So it would work though, probably. It definitely would have worked. With the Biebs.
Yeah, true. I mean, you're right. Man, I don't know. Because you did pick Peso Pluma.
I mean, if you want to pick Peso Pluma.
Well, no, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know if it would be like, okay, so like.
Do you think it's important for it to be Mexican, or do you think it just needs to be a Latin star?
No. I would say it has to be Mexican. You know what? Since they've done a lot of collaborations with a lot of of people, like whether it's like crossing over genres of music, I would say Grupo Frontera.
Ooh.
Because I mean, if you think about it, they've crossed over to
Mm-hmm.
bachata. They've crossed over to, I mean,
They did a song with
they already
Manuel
collaborated with Bad Bunny.
Turizo. They did.
They already did
Mm-hmm.
a collaboration with Bad Bunny, 100%. And I mean, it was good. It was good.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, that would be a good one. I think Grupo Frontera actually dropped a song like a little like World Cup song, or maybe that could have been AI. I fall for AI a lot, um, but honestly, like, look, is this the World Cup song really important? I think it depends who you ask. I don't really
Um,
like. I mean, it's
I
not the
mean,
end all be all because I
look,
mean, 2022 World Cup was as controversial as that World Cup was. It was still a great World Cup. We got to watch one of the greatest finals with Argentina
France and
and France
Argentina.
just going in a shootout. Like it was just amazing that final. 2018 it was it was a blowout, but there was such amazing compelling stories on that one. Like I mean Croatia going as far as they did. I mean France was just generally the best team in there, but then you had like Benjamin Pavard, a guy that was playing in the second division in Germany, scoring a banger in
Oh
Argentina.
yeah,
Like 2014. I mean
and then that
Mario
is
Mario Götze, one of the will be forever a German hero.
yeah.
Like and Germany just being dominant. Messi almost there to get that his World Cup trophy, right? Like
Hmm.
2014 was an amazing World Cup. 2010 I didn't get to witness because I was in boot camp. But
Well, no, the thing is
Spain and
that
Netherlands were
yeah, that one
Spain.
in Spain, and that's the thing though. It has like a story wrapped around it, even though it's no longer there. Think about it. When Shakira basically made the song and all this and that, and then she's like, "Hey, this is the opening thing," and I think Piqué reached out to her and said, "Hey, like, like, how are you
Oh
doing? Let me talk to you and everything
yeah,
like that." And then that's how it started, And he's like,
a
"Hey."
family was formed from that World Cup.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like it formed and
Which,
everything,
by
and
the
they
way,
got.
did you see the video of like Shakira's kid singing one of her songs with her?
I have not.
Amazing voices, like great genes, like good for them,
Good for. They're like,
dude.
there you
Like that,
go.
it's just like there's certain things that's just like, bro, you were destined. Like I mean, like Mark Anthony and J Lo's kid, like that girl can sing.
Oh
Like
yeah.
when she got to sing. She had to sing in the Super Bowl halftime show. Some people want to be haters about that. That's just great flex. Like everyone got to hear you sing this land is my land, this land is your land. And amazingly, by the way. So I mean, and that's a lot of pressure. Your dad is like one of the greatest salsa singers of all time, and your mom, well, your mom. So I mean, like, so
I'm done with you. I mean, she did that song with was it Ja Rule? And I mean, it was a good song. It was a big hit.
the I'm real.
Yeah,
That's all she
that
had
was
to
a
say.
it was a
That's all
it,
she
it
had to
was
say was
a,
I'm real. In real
no, she did a little bars. She did a little bars. I mean, everybody thought that, you know. So it's a good song. I mean, what else?
But anyways, with all that being said, man, Edward, how important was this song to you? Like, is it really that big of a deal? Like, is this gonna ruin the 2026 World Cup for you? It's like,
Nah, it's not gonna ruin the World Cup for me. No, I like that. To me, it's either another here or no there. I'm like, usually. Let me put it this way: I usually don't even watch the first ceremonies or whatever. The only ceremony I ever saw, that the opening ceremonies with the South Africa.
I think it was just a massive overreaction from people. Like, I think just once again, they just I this is just my thoughts. It's real easy to pick on America. It's really easy to pick on the United States, and I totally get it. As a matter of fact, USA just got beat the brakes off by Belgium today, and like, did I expect them to beat Belgium? No, but like, they put up a good first half. Did they get tired out? Yeah, but all of a sudden everybody's just like, this is why the U.S. doesn't
Excuse me.
belong here. And I'm like, bro, they won. I mean, they qualified the World Cup for hosting it, but at the same time, like, it's a friendly, take what you want. Like, it's a bad loss, right? A 5-2 loss is still a bad loss, regardless of how you want to sugarcoat it. But
Yeah,
like, the U.S. isn't supposed to beat Belgium.
yeah.
Like, Belgium is still is a top 10 ranked nation. So like for them to have like a 1-1 first half, that's impressive. Then they got tired out because how long can you defend against Jeremy Doku? So but that's the thing though. Like, and then everyone's making fun of Pochettino because he says that we have to believe we can be in the semifinal, and then like, oh, you lose 5-2, this isn't be realistic. Like, first of all, like as a fan, do I want to hear players be like, oh yeah, we're just here to play? Like, no, I want to hear y'all have some confidence in y'all. Yeah, like I don't want. Like, let me be realistic. Let the players be the ones that have faith in themselves. Like I think that's a crazy take, by the way. But that was just a random rant that I just wanted to, as the Astros hopefully hit a home run. No, they haven't. But yeah, no, that's just like to me that was like the most insane thing. It's just like I think everyone just whenever they get a chance want to take jabs to the United States, and I get it. I get that the United States is not the most popular country in the world. I don't expect it to be the most popular country in the world. But like I think just having FIFA select Jelly Roll to sing create a World Cup song, it just added more fuel to that fire that people already have for like the United States. And is it fair? I mean, I'll let you decide on that part. But like, it is what it is. I don't think Jelly Roll wrote a bad song. It's just not a World Cup song.
I agree with you. It's not. I'm right there. I'm there with you.
Once again, it's not a bad song.
Nothing against them. Nothing against them. Everything good. Just
exactly. But all right, our next topic. Mohamed Salah. Man.
Oh yeah.
So Mohamed Salah has announced, and it's official. He will be leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. He did have one more year on his contract, which I believe not that I believe. He was set to get another 20 million euros from that year. If you guys want to break that down per weekly, that's 400,000 a week.
And I'm over here struggling.
not even that's 10% of what I make. So like for a year. Man. I just need to have I just need to be good enough to be like a backup and just retire after one season.
Yep. You know what? No. What we need to do is we got to get picked up by the Chinese league or the Saudi league, one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
That they'll pay us for 1 year, just 1 year, and then after that we'll ride the bench for a little bit, play a little bit on the field, and get back out, come back home, be like, all right, we got to invest this.
But Edward, I mean, like Mohamed Salah, we all know his story, right? Like Chelsea reject, goes to Italy, plays for Roma. Obviously the great Jurgen Klopp, sees him and brings him into his Liverpool project, becomes an icon for Liverpool. Obviously wins the Premier League, wins the Champions League, all those things for him. How like when it comes to Liverpool players, and I know you're not a Liverpool fan, you do have a soft spot for Liverpool.
I have a soft spot for him.
Where does Mohamed Salah like rank amongst Liverpool? I know Kelsey has a lot of love for Mo Salah, but like for you, where does he rank?
Oh, dude, Mo Salah is like, he is their attack, bro. At times, like the dude is. I mean, that's the thing. It's like you can't quite replace Mo Salah, to be honest with you. Like I don't see it happening. The only thing I can see is like. I mean, because Cody or Alexander Isaac, I don't know, man.
I will say, like, Mohamed Salah definitely over the years have converted from being a winger to more of a central player. At least over the years now, just because of age. Because I believe he's like.
Well, I mean, it's because of age, and he can't run that much anymore. But even then, even though, let's put it this way. He kind of converted in the way Messi did as well. He went from right wing to more of a center attacking mid. Even though he's still playing the wing, whoever his right back is at the time is always actually there to help him move and do the basically tiki-taka style that they love to do. And Mo Salah does the same thing, dude. I'm not saying that Mo Salah is Messi. It's more of like Mo Salah's play style was always run. like sprint past the wing. It was never like chop anybody, do the quick chop. No, it was always just run, run past them. Okay, that's it. Let me go ahead and put it to my left foot. Boom, curl it in. Boom, power shot if I need to. Like that's the thing. He was never a one-on-one person that would be like, okay, let me go take one-on-one, take on one, take on two, take on three, take on four, take on five. No, it was always like, okay, take on one, boom, run past them, and then just completely obliterate in speed. Because Mo Salah, that's one thing he has is that speed, that crazy speed. Even at the beginning of the Liverpool era, like when he started with Liverpool, he basically was there attacking for a while until he basically had this help of Luis Diaz and not Darwin Nunez. I mean, as much as I love Darwin, not Darwin Nunez, but his name escapes me. Please help me. Oh, Sadio Mane. There you go. Like Sadio Mane, same thing. Him right there, perfect. That was that AFCON connection. You know what I mean? Like that was a
very like crazy that one of them didn't get a Ballon d'Or.
No, I know, but that's the thing. It's like he was crucial. He was crucial. Let me put it this way: he was crucial, very crucial to Liverpool's success. Not because Virgil van Dijk was defending, but they also had to score goals in order to win those games. And Mo Salah provided goals and assists to that tally of Liverpool whenever they were winning with Jurgen Klopp. Like he was part of that team.
Yeah, so, and I think he was like just another embodiment of what Jurgen Klopp's system was, which is like obviously the rock and roll style. But yeah, like Mohamed Salah is going to go down as one of the greatest players for Liverpool. I think if he ever gets a chance to like wherever he goes, you know, depending on where he does after this, but he's gonna be welcomed in Anfield with more than open arms. Like I mean, he's getting the standing ovation and everything because of just what he means to that club, and also just another player that Jose Mourinho just has no eye for talent. Because, once again, if you guys know Mohamed Salah's story, he was with Chelsea.
He was at Chelsea before, yeah.
With Jose Mourinho, along with Kevin De Bruyne, by the way.
Righteous Felon Craft Jerky is the official jerky of Belly Up Sports. For over a decade, Righteous Felon Craft Jerky has led the American meat snack revolution by concocting delicious, adventurous, U.S.-sourced jerky recipes for uncompromising carnivores across the country. With 15 different flavors to choose from, Righteous Felon has all jerky lovers covered, and by using promo code BELLYUP, you will get 15% off your purchase at righteousfelon.com. Do your taste buds a favor today and rip into a bag of Righteous Felon jerky.
Who Jose Mourinho just didn't see any quality in them, so they ship him out, and they
became successful.
Successful in the Premier League. So on top of that,
I think that's the thing though. Like that's the kind of players that they are. Think about it: Mo Salah, Jurgen Klopp, Kevin De Bruyne, Pep Guardiola. Like Pep and Jurgen Klopp have more of an understanding of those kinds of players. You know, Jose Mourinho, you already know he's more of a wham bam kind of guy. It's not just about speed for him. Like he just. I don't know how else to explain it. Like if you're a Mourinho player, you're a Mourinho player. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Mourinho player. So it's like, and Zlatan is an amazing player. I'm not saying Mourinho is just he sucks at picking talent and that's what it is. No, it's just he has his certain players that he stands out for. And I mean, if you think about it, Mo Salah, De Bruyne, they're stylish players, yes, but they're more humble. They take it back. Like they don't put it out there. And I guess that's maybe what Mourinho looks for in a player. Like he wants them to shine. Like he wants them to be like, show off your shit. Like do everything I need you to do. Like the way that he wanted them to be, like him. Like he wants to show off. He wants to be all gung-ho, like, yeah, this is because of me, because I did this. So, and I guess he's that type of coach that wants those players. And we got to be honest, Mo Salah, very humble. He's very into his religion. So of course, he doesn't show off in the sense of like even in the news, I'm sure like that's one name we never saw that was like, oh, he's in trouble because he touched some woman, or he was like, he's a playboy going at a club doing this, that, and the other, spending millions of dollars doing this, that, the other. Very family oriented, very humble on and off the field. He carried himself well. Like this is one thing that I myself tell people, like, carry yourself well on the field and off the field. Like the way that you act on the field, if you're one of those players that stays quiet, just shows off with skill, just shows off, scores goals, stops if you're a defender, do that outside the field as well. Don't, but keep it humble, keep it and that's one thing that Mo Salah did, and that's why he's been. I want to say that's where the whole Ballon d'Or kind of stuff like is and stuff. He presented himself well, and so he did represent Liverpool in a very, very professional manner. So I have nothing to talk bad about this guy at all.
No, definitely. I don't think anybody has anything mean to say about Mohamed Salah. But I think, and I think Alan Shearer, talking about a Premier League legend, he said, I think, there's players that just recognize when it's time to leave. Because, I mean, you're talking, Mohamed Salah, he was guaranteed another 20 mil, right? He was guaranteed another 20 mil if he stayed for one more year. He waived that because I think he's starting to see the writing on the wall, right? Like, this is not the Jurgen Klopp era anymore. This is the Arne Slot era of Liverpool. Like, he's going to, he's brought in the guys that he wants to bring in. He brought in Alexander Isak, Hugo Ekitike.
Yeah. I know.
A lot of words. You bring in Verts. You bring in Verts. Maybe slowly starting to get like living up to his level or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You bring in Frimpong, right? Another big signing. Like there's just gonna be more signings to come, right? When you're talking about Arne Slot, what he wants to bring to this Liverpool team. And I mean, you can even say like Mohamed Salah has been kind of not been featured as much as he should be as a guy as important to Liverpool's history. And and you've heard the discussions with Slot and Mohamed Salah having kind of a falling out, just because of they're not on the same page as far as like where they think they should be with the club. And I think that's also another indicator. I think with Mohamed Salah, he's not getting younger. The team is getting younger. They're adding more and more hot pieces to the team. So I think for Mohamed Salah, he knows that it's time for him to move on to his next venture. Would it have been cool for him to retire with Liverpool? That would have been great. I think everybody would say they would love to see their players retire with the club. I would have loved to see Iker Casillas have his last match, for Real Madrid. But that's not how the game works anymore.
No.
There's a few guys that do. There's those small handful of guys, but like, I mean, hell, Messi, the ultimate Barcelona guy, isn't with Barcelona anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'll be honest.
There's a laundry list.
There's a lot of stuff there.
But you get what I mean, right? Like eventually,
I do.
Eventually, you're gonna leave the club. And I think for Messi, it was definitely not the level of play. But it was just he saw it was his time to go. He was gonna go, and I think for the same thing for Mohamed Salah, the team doesn't really need him anymore, or at least the manager doesn't feel the team doesn't need him. So why not? And I think that he has that like, well, if I'm gonna go play, I want to play, and I think that's exactly what it is. Now, where does he go? And obviously, when you talk about a guy with the caliber of Mohamed Salah, which by the way, he could still play at the top level.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
He's shown it. Even recent. That's what I'm saying. Like,
even now, he's like, it's crazy that we're talking about that. He's not even looked at by Arne Slot to be a prominent player on this team. So he can still play on the top level, but obviously the usual suspects of who's going to be knocking at a player who's maybe a little bit up there in age, and that is the Saudi Pro League. Which, if that's the money route, maybe that's where he goes. I think Al Ittihad is the one that is interested, which I don't know if he really wants to go there. I mean, Karim Benzema did leave the club, by the way. I think Conte, I think he's somewhere else now. I don't think he's with Al Ittihad anymore as well. But I mean, Karim Benzema just literally left to another team in that same league. He went to Al Hilal. So, but obviously, I'm sure there's going to be some more Saudi Pro League teams that are going to be willing to open up the checkbook to get Mohamed Salah. The thing that's crazy, Edward, is apparently Major League Soccer, there's not any teams that are very much interested in Mohamed Salah, which I think is
because
crazy.
Look, I hate to tell you this, and I hate to be that guy, but I think it has a lot to do with also his his background, ethnicity, his you know, every, like we've said this before. I mean, nothing against Grizzy, but I'm like, that's a sexy signing, you know. But when everybody like Mo Salah, like, yes, soccer fans, yes, they would love to see that dude here race around like the wings and everything, like just like he would normally do it, you know.
If he would be a perfect MLS player.
Yes, he would. He would legitimately be a perfect MLS player. Like that's exactly what the MLS needs.
Well, I mean,
but
because you know, with MLS, obviously they're still kind of dependent on counterattacks and more athleticism, and I mean, Mohamed Salah still has the athleticism.
Dude, he has that. Dude, he could still body. He could run full speed and still body people. Like he's built like that. Like you know who? Oh, perfect example. You know who he reminds me of a young. Remember Adriano from Brazil?
Mm-hmm.
That number 9, dude was running. 2 people would try to tackle him, and he'd still be going fast.
I'd argue that Mohamed Salah could still be a winger in MLS.
Yeah,
like
honestly, dude.
Yeah, so I do, but you do bring in a very important fact, because I think Egypt is having kind of run out struggles with the whole gaining permission for the World Cup, which for people that want to make complaints about that, I think eventually that's going to be all squared away. I don't think that's like people. The teams are going to get in here. Like Iran's going to be here. Like I just wanted to say that just to say it. It's still going to be hilarious seeing Egypt and Iran play in the Pride match. That
is going to be crazy. Dude, I don't know what to expect. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what to expect from that.
I don't know, but I just love it. I just love it, every bit of it.
Yeah.
Just 'cause it's like the 2 worst countries for Pride Night. It's just like, no offense, but no offense to people from Egypt and Iran. But yeah, they like talk about like the 2 worst places to like have like a Pride Night for. But yeah, no, I do think there's gonna be MLS teams that are gonna come and knocking. It's Mohamed Salah, but
yeah,
once again, I've said it. Like look, you know, Roma is doing some great things. You have arguably one of my favorite managers right now in the game. Oh dang, I'm drawing blanks right now. How am I drawing blanks on this name? He had the all-time moment of shushing Xabi Alonso for no reason. Was it Roma manager?
You got it.
I know I have.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think too. Don't worry. Not Mourinho. No, Mourinho. No.
Gasperini.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love this guy. Like you mean to tell me Gasperini would not love to have a chance to bring like Mohamed Salah back to Roma? You know, especially with all like I said, this team is getting better and better, and I think they brought one of the best Italian managers. So yeah, I think that like, you know, I think he could very much still play in Serie A. I mean, you got guys like Mkhitaryan still balling out there. So I mean, like,
dude, yeah.
So I think, you know, Mohamed Salah would be a great fit for it doesn't have to be Roma. I think he could just go back to Serie A, and I think he would still be well. Even going to Bundesliga, I think would be a good place for him as well. Like I think he could still play in the top level, play for a team that's going to be competing for a league title or competing for Champions League. Like he still has a lot of quality in it. I think, you know, put him with the right team, with the right manager, and he's going to be a great leader for your dressing room.
Yeah, you're right.
So there's that, and then one more person that's actually going to be bowing out with his team, but not a player. It is a national team coach, Edward. Didier Deschamps is announcing that he will be stepping down as the French national team coach after the World Cup.
Dang.
When you think of national team coaches, I think of two right at the top of my head. Guys that there's a few other guys that I'm like, wow, these guys have been with the national team for years. Didier Deschamps is one of those guys. Joachim Low is another guy that I think
that's exactly who I thought too. Like Joachim Low.
Brazil's manager, he was there for a while.
I'm over here thinking like Nuno Espirito. No, but not him. Not him. I know who you're saying.
And then
Vicente del Bosque. Vicente del Bosque.
That's Spain.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
But that's another guy.
Manager.
Another guy that's like, I just forever knew them as a national team. Fun. By the way, Vicente del Bosque also managed Real Madrid, I know him more for Spain.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I mean, that's how I know him.
The Spain coach that had all Barcelona players. Which to be
all
fair,
8 or 9 Barcelona players on the field and 2 Real Madrid players.
To be fair, because Barcelona actually develops for the national team.
To be fair,
unless Catalonia ever gets officially a FIFA team.
Dude, that would be nuts. At that point, yeah, it's going to be hard.
The Catalonia national team would be insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's just insane. The only thing that they won't have is Basque players. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
That would still be with the Spanish national team. But Catalonia, yeah, that wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be fair to anybody. And people are only thinking Barcelona, but you guys still remember Espanyol and
Espanyol. Who else? There's another one, bro. I know. I'm losing it. Is it Sport? No, is it Sporting?
Sporting Gijón?
RCD? No, that's Espanyol. No, not Gijón.
Anyways,
we'll come back to that. Put a pin in it.
But yeah, so Joachim Low obviously is no longer there. Is now Julian Nagelsmann. Spain now has, who the hell they have? Last time I remember was Luis Enrique. I don't know who they have now leading them. Brazil now has Carlo Ancelotti, who's just having the time of his life right now.
Oh,
like, what a guy.
Dude, what a guy, bro. What a guy.
I love Ancelotti, man.
Now I see why Vinicius and Rodrigo and the Brazilians, that's why they love him, bro. Like, dude,
he really is a player's coach.
Yeah, he is, dude. Hands down, bro. And applause to the man. Applause to him, man. That's just to be able to say, hey, I did this,
Dude, imagine just you're at the club and you just see your coach.
Hey, what's up? And he just starts speaking Brazilian Portuguese to you, and you're just like,
Oh, Luis de la Fuente is the Spanish national team coach. I don't know who the hell that guy is, but we'll see what happens. He got a stacked Spanish team. I can tell you that much. But anyways, so Didier Deschamps once again. 14 years coaching the French national team. The things that he can have on his resume is obviously winning the 2018 World Cup and the 2021 Nations League. I'll be honest, man. It is. People just, I don't think, understand how different it is coaching a national team versus a club.
A club? Yeah.
The club, you're literally, it's every day, right? Day by day, you monitor the players. National team coach, you just have to be a phenomenal scouter.
Yeah.
You're watching, I think Gattuso, because Gattuso is now the Italian, dude, how the hell is this guy getting these jobs? I love Gattuso. I really do.
I still remember that. I still remember that interview, the one where he gave. He was like, "Sometimes we're good, sometimes we shit."
How do you go from that interview to still have a job?
The thing is, he speaks the truth.
Yeah, that's
that's one thing.
You're talking about Vincent Company levels of just how does this guy keep getting a job? Because by the way, Vince, nothing against Vincent Company, but just
good coach.
You just get Bayern Munich.
Yeah,
and you just get the Bayern Munich job. Just I would love that kind of growth, like to complete an early fit. Which I mean, Burnley is just going to be a tall task just in the Premier League in general. I know the Premier League is really hard, but then be gifted like the greatest team in Germany. It's just like.
I mean, to be fair, it's not the Pep Guardiola Bayern Munich that he had everybody that he needed. It's not the Lewandowski, the Mario Götze.
Germany is. I mean, Bayern Munich is like I am terrified that Real Madrid has to go up against them in the Champions League. You're talking about Michael Olise, dog. Luis Diaz, dog. Harry Kane, dog. When healthy.
Then that's the thing with Harry Kane. It's like
a healthy Jamal Musiala, dog. Goretzka all of a sudden.
Jamal, Musiala, I believe it.
Goretzka,
like he's scary, bro. He is scary.
Goretzka all of a sudden just like, oh yeah, that's right. I play like I'm 20, like
even though at like what 32.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, man, he's playing phenomenally. You have an amazing back line, and you haven't really had your starting goalkeeper in majority of the matches, and you're still winning. Like,
dude, what is up with that? All y'all's goalkeepers just all Bayer's goalkeepers just yeah.
So yeah,
all Bayer's goalkeepers are just hurt, and they're using a 16-year-old.
I mean, yeah. Well, no, he didn't play. He was on the bench, no. I mean, props to Vincent Kompany. Once again, he's a player's coach. There's just a level of respect that you give to a guy which, once again, his name is Vincent Kompany. So you're gonna shut the fuck up when you listen. Sorry for cussing, Kelsey. So
he was a team captain for a reason, you know.
Yeah, like I mean, he's like if he ever goes to Man City ever to like just I guess to whenever Bayern Munich plays Man City, he's getting an applause. Like that's that level of respect that Vincent Kompany brings. And so, like, that's why I don't want to take jabs on him. But, yeah, it was just impressive to, like, get relegated with Burnley and then, you know, get, like, one of the hottest jobs in Europe. So
or what, like, one of the biggest teams in Europe.
Yeah. I mean, and, like, once again, it's not hard to win with Bayern Munich. I'm not saying, like, you know, everybody's won, like, every manager has won with him, even Thomas Tuchel, which I don't want to take jabs at Thomas Tuchel. I love Thomas Tuchel. But like,
remember, Thomas Tuchel did really well with Borussia.
But this was Thomas Tuchel where everyone was like, "Is he really that good?" Because this was like after Chelsea, like when things kind of started going down with Chelsea. So like
True.
It was like one of those like, "Is he really that good of a coach?" And then now he's coaching England. So I mean, like, but yeah. Anyways, going back to Didier Deschamps. Now, many of you are thinking maybe he's retiring, right? Like Joachim Low, like he was just like, "Yeah, I'm done." I'm done getting caught like sniffing my balls in my asshole. So what a clip, by the way. So I feel so bad for the people that were listening to the interview with me and Carlos, and then coming to this moment right now. Like
it's like, oh, this is such a touching. This is such a touching interview and everything, and it's so nice. You know what? I'm gonna get this book, and then all of a sudden, what did I just get into? What?
But yeah, Didier Deschamps, he's actually not playing or retiring. He's actually gonna. This would be like one of the more intriguing stories to follow, like after the World Cup. Which, mind you, after the World Cup, like everybody's established at that point. Like it's not like if you don't have a manager by the time the World Cup is over, like you got some bigger problems to worry about as a club. So I don't know if Didier Deschamps necessarily gets a job right away, but it will be one of those like when Tottenham probably starts sacking their guys just very prematurely. Like you start throwing in the Didier Deschamps discussion into that mix. So like that's gonna be kind of one of those stories to follow because I mean, how many managers have been sacked so far this season? It's been crazy. But so that'll probably be because I don't. Unless he gets a job lined up, like maybe some team in France or maybe I don't know if a big club is necessarily in the well, I guess Real Madrid. But speaking of Real Madrid,
oh man,
because the guy that's supposed to take Didier Deschamps' role as the manager of the French national team is the guy that has been without a job for I don't know how long at this point. He's been linked to Manchester United, basically any job opening that's ever been open, you have to mention this guy's name. And I get why you don't hire him, but Zinedine Zidane is set to be the next French national team coach, which is probably the guy he has been eyeing for the whole time. And,
can you repeat that again? Sorry, I was messaging the kid boy's mom.
Oh, Zinedine Zidane is set to be the next coach of the French national team.
Oh, I mean, I see it. I see it.
So, if anything, this tells me that like maybe Manchester United was offering Zinedine Zidane the role, but he kept saying no because I think he was waiting for this job specifically. And I mean, he's always been linked to this job.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, let's put it this way: when he was in Real Madrid and he was doing really, really well, even when he supposedly was doing bad, and they didn't give him the second shot. I thought that's where he was going to go.
I agree.
Even as an assistant, as the assistant coach for the French national team, like because Deschamps wasn't going to leave at that point. Mm-hmm. But I felt like he was going to be the assistant coach, and yeah, but didn't happen. But now with this going on, yeah, I think he would be the number one choice, unless if
no, he got the job.
Oh, he got the job. Okay, yeah,
he's getting the job.
Okay,
but the reason why I say that is because like whenever any job, I mean, even when Xabi Alonso got sacked from Real Madrid, it still hurts me to this day. Zidane was a name that was dropped. Like, why don't we go get Zinedine Zidane? We know what he could do. And I get like the hesitancy for any of the clubs like to go after Zidane because like how much is it really on him for Real Madrid's three-peat for Champions League? Like how much can you put that on him for why Real Madrid won four total Champions League titles, I believe, or was that with Ancelotti? Well, he won 3 straight Champions League titles. That's like the main thing to discuss. But he won 3. Yeah, he won 3 straight Champions League titles. To be fair, though, he really just copy and pasted what Ancelotti's system was. I don't want to take that away from the guy, but that's essentially what it was. And then, I mean, once again, it's Zinedine Zidane. One kind of similar to Vincent Kompany. When he talks, you shut the fuck up and listen. Sorry for cussing. So like that so it kind of sticks to the whole realm with Zidane. It's one of those like he played at the highest level of the game, has won a lot of things at the highest level of the game. Also has a very notable highest moment of the game when he headbutted a guy. So like he's everything. He's done everything that you could think of.
He has gone. I believe he's gone to a World Cup.
He's won a World. Yeah, he won in '98.
Mm-hmm. He won a World Cup. He's
Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah, Ballon d'Or. And headbutt to the chest. Yeah,
did it with Real Madrid. I don't know. I don't think he won a Champions League with Juve, but I'm sure he's won a lot of trophies.
I'm pretty sure he won the Italian. I think at that time.
Definitely won a Scudetto. At least a Scudetto or two. But like, yeah, you're talking about like a guy. Like when he talks, you listen, right? Like that's one of those guys. And I think, crazy enough, the French national team has a lot of Real Madrid players, so guys are gonna listen to him. Like it's Zinedine Zidane. Like you're not gonna not listen to him. So, it will be interesting what he does. Like because the thing is, I don't know what the Zinedine Zidane system is. Because once again, like I kind of said what he did essentially with Real Madrid, which was copy and paste Ancelotti.
Mm-hmm.
Like and if it ain't similar to like anybody that followed Pep Guardiola, copy and paste what Pep Guardiola did. It seemed to work with him. Why not do what he did? Especially with Barcelona. So like I mean like I don't remember. You could tell me, Edward, but I like when Luis Enrique took over, when basically every manager before who was the Dutch guy?
Not Van Gaal. Koeman. Yeah, Koeman.
Even Koeman kind of used the same tactics. It just didn't pan out to him.
To be honest, he tried to. It's because like okay, so we already know Barcelona had the Cruyff, the Cruyff thing, tiki taka, and of course, total football. Koeman, it was basically the same thing as playing as a Dutch team, the old school Dutch team. Koeman tried to reinitialize something completely different, even though he knew what he was going on. So yeah.
So kind of sticks to my point. Everybody kind of
copied and paste, kind of just tweaked it a little bit.
Pep Guardiola's tiki taka. Yeah. So yeah, kind of. Which honestly, it felt like I was just watching Pep Guardiola's system every time because once again, I was just forever tortured as a Madridista. But yeah, I mean, so with Deschamps, because I mean, let's be honest, man, France probably viewed as a heavy favorite to win the World Cup. I mean, literally won the World Cup in 2018, made it to the final in 2022. You know, like for you, how do you favor France's like chances at this World Cup? Obviously, very different. You had like they literally played here in New England against Brazil, I believe, in a friendly, and Tchouaméni was just like I love being in Tom Brady Stadium, so that was all time.
Yeah.
but like when you and I mean once again it's France, it's like probably one of the most stacked teams in every position. Like the third stringers could probably win the World Cup. So like how do you feel about Deschamps like announcing this is going to be it for him, but as a player, like knowing that this is going to be your coach's last World Cup, and you have a hell of a team already as it is, like, is there pressure for the national team to perform, or how do you feel?
I don't think there's such of a pressure, but it's more of like I feel like. So France right now is not a fairly new team. Mm-hmm. They still have the old bucks, the ones that. So basically, I think it's not pressure what they're feeling. It's like, you know what, this is probably our last hurrah as well, and we got to win him a World Cup kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. For example, I mean, to be honest, I know that Grizzly's going to the World Cup, but he's already of age. I think. Lucas Hernandez is going to the World Cup too, and he's of age. There's a few players that I know that are French, and it's going to be their last World Cup. Yeah, that's going to be that last hurrah, man. Whether they're riding the bench or if they're actually going to get some playtime on it. Yeah, dude. Like if you really think about it, the French national team doesn't have that many young known players, but I would say,
I mean, you're gonna have Mbappe, Tchouaméni, Camavinga,
and they're gonna be here for maybe another 2-3 World Cups. I mean, Mbappe is gonna be here for a while.
Michael Olise.
So that's a fairly new lineup. So I'm pretty sure they want to win the World Cup. I mean, think about it this way: Mbappe was close.
To having back-to-back World Cups.
So they could actually do it.
Yeah, that would be an amazing send-off for him, even though he's not retiring. But yeah, I mean, Didier Deschamps. I once again, when you think of like national team coaches amongst others that just were like, this is their job. This is this is just forever going to be their job. But the reality is, like, at some point they're going to leave, and I mean, this is the last one. I think. Like, I mean. Yeah, because Joachim Löw is gone. Joachim Löw was another one that had the job for such a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Didier Deschamps is like the last one, and after that, I don't think there's another long tenured national team coach. So it's crazy to think that like our generation, like we forever are just gonna remember Didier Deschamps, Del Bosque, whoever was the Brazilian national team coach. I feel bad that I don't remember his name, but he kind of also looked like Del Bosque. I remember that. But yeah, and then Joachim Löw, yeah, like it's like these guys that were forever known for these national teams are now moving away, and that makes me kind of feel old. But
yeah, no, I mean I know it happens.
But yeah, so that is headlines, Edward. Always appreciate you coming on, and we're gonna go ahead and segue into not Players of the Week because we're not doing Players of the Week, so games to watch this weekend. So. Be ready for that. Fight and win! All right, guys. Like I mentioned, no Players of the Week this week because it's international break. So we do not acknowledge the international break for Players of the Week. This is throughout the season, not international. So club notification. So that's just so you guys know. But all right, games to watch, man. There's a lot of things. We're back into regular season play. So let's get into it. Across the world of football, we have the San Jose Earthquakes taking on San Diego FC. If you guys have been keeping up with me over at Goals TV with Wake Up MLS, you would know that I made a bet. Well, maybe not a bet, but I have a recurring joke on the show, which is my championship DVD team. And what that means is a team that maybe is not viewed as the favorite to win the MLS Cup, but the team that I'm looking at and cheering for and maybe think that they have what it takes to at least get some eyes turned. The last few championship DVD teams that I had Orlando because I boldly said that Orlando was going to win the MLS Cup. They were one game away from the MLS Cup final, by the way, so not a bad look. Not the worst look, for me to have. I had Nashville SC last year as my championship DVD team. They had to take on Inter Miami, and that is that. And so I still haven't picked my championship DVD team. It's something that kind of happens as the season progresses. Once again, it's like a team that's maybe not viewed as a team that's going to be worthy of not a well-known favorite to win the MLS Cup. That's usually how my criteria works. And so John Rivera talked a lot of mess about how, San Jose is this, San Jose is that. I understand they went on a great first run in the season. And confidence is probably at an all-time high right now for San Jose, respectively so. But also, I just kept talking shit about their competition. Sorry for cussing, Kelsey. But yeah, I just didn't feel like they were at least worth noting that until they face off against the good teams in MLS. Now, they did lose to Seattle, which was a 1-0, respectively. I would say 1-0. They did beat Vancouver. And so now the bet was if they can get 5 points in these next 3 matches, which was Seattle, Vancouver, and San Diego FC. If they can get 5 points in these 3 matches, that I would put them as my championship DVD team. So right now they do have a win, so they have 3 points right now. So they have to win. If they beat San Diego FC, they are officially going to be my championship DVD team on Wake Up MLS on Goals TV. So does it happen? I doubt it. San Diego is really good. So we'll see what happens, man. But we also have Cruz Azul taking on Pachuca in Liga MX. And in Turkey, Fenerbahce taking on Beşiktaş. Really good matchup there over in the Turkish Super League. In Ligue 1, we got 3 matches, actually. We got PSG taking on Toulouse, Lille versus RC Lens, and AS Monaco taking on Marseille. Some really good matches there in Ligue 1. Make sure you guys check it out. In the Bundesliga, we got VfB Stuttgart taking on Borussia Dortmund, and SC Freiburg taking on Bayern Munich. Borussia Dortmund still in the race. Still in the race. Bayern Munich hoping to continue building separation from the pack over there in the Bundesliga. In the Serie A, we got Lazio taking on Parma. I just think it's a really good matchup there. And Inter Milan taking on AS Roma. I think that should be a really good matchup. Inter Milan obviously looking the way they're looking. Roma really impressing me right now this season. So we'll see if that continues on. In La Liga, we got Atletico Madrid taking on Barcelona, which is Jersey bet. So we'll see if Edward has had quite the build-up comeback right now in the Jersey bet conversation. But we'll see what happens, man. Spencer definitely needs a win, especially after losing to Real Madrid. So we'll see what happens, man. Atletico, Barcelona, we'll see how that goes. And we have Getafe taking on Athletic Club Bilbao. So those are the matches in La Liga. In the Premier League, there will be actually no Premier League matches or maybe there is a Premier League matches. I'm probably not paying attention. But we have the FA Cup. We have FA Cup matches this weekend, and big one, Manchester City taking on Liverpool. Manchester City, of course, winning the Carabao Cup. So they already have a trophy in there for them for this season. Can they continue on? Or will Liverpool have something to say in this competition? So it'll be really intriguing, especially now with all that's going on with Liverpool, with Mohamed Salah saying that he is going to be leaving at the end of the season. This is going to be really juicy, man. So obviously, there's not all the matches that are being played this weekend, but if you guys want a good beginner's guide, I think I gave you some good matches to keep an eye on. So with all that being said, we're going to take one more break and then wrap this show up with Give and Go.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan from No Credentials Required to talk to you about one of our newest partners at Belly Up Sports, SeatGeek. Yeah, live sports is great on television, but the feeling of being at the arena is a priceless experience. That's why our friends at SeatGeek are there to help you find the best tickets at the best prices. Not only can you get tickets to sporting events, but you can also get tickets to concerts, comedy shows, musicals, and more. Search for your desired event now at SeatGeek.com, enter promo code BellyUpSports at checkout, and you save $20 off your first purchase. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
All right, guys. Give and Go, man, is an awesome soccer card game. If the light lets me focus a little bit. Boom. This game right here. Every card tells a story. What's yours? Give and Go is the ultimate soccer card game packed with trivia, challenges, and conversation starters that bring fans together. With 3 game-changing categories, it's designed to get everyone talking, laughing, reliving their favorite footy moments. On the couch, at the pub, or wherever the game takes you. Wherever you go, Give and Go. Now, here it is. Free kick specialist. Who are you calling in to take? Obviously, we're going off of player. Look, depending on where the location of the free kick is, there's a sweet spot for Lionel Messi. And obviously, you should probably be thinking Lionel Messi as a really good free kick taker. You can also throw out Cristiano Ronaldo as well. But those are the easy ones, right? Those are the guys that you're going to pick. For me, it's if I have to go over the free kick takers, Bex is another good one. David Beckham, obviously well known for his free kicks. Bend it like Beckham is obviously one of the reasons why there's that phrase exists. But you know, if I have to go down like memory lane as far as like great free kick takers, I think I would go with Lionel Messi. I think what he's done, like just and depending on a certain spot with him, I just have a lot more faith with him taking the free kick. Could be just a boring pick right there. But if I had to go MLS base, it is Brad Davis. Brad Davis played for the Houston Dynamo, and he was the free kick specialist, man. Like that was one the joke. Well, free kick specialist, corner specialist. Like he was joked as the left-footed David Beckham. I don't know how close to him he was to David Beckham, but he was very beloved for Houston Dynamo. Obviously, was the captain, was part of the back-to-back MLS Cup championships. So if I was gonna go with a little nostalgia pick, I'm gonna go with Brad Davis. I'm just gonna stick with that guy. And that's MLS based. Obviously, of all time, it's Lionel Messi. I can't disagree with it. The guy was just a really good free kick taker. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo is another World League free kick taker. Free kicks is just like, you know, if you're good at it, you're good. I mean, Tony Cruz is probably another one that I would think of for free kicks. Yeah, there's a list of free kick takers. I think, but I'm gonna go with Lionel Messi. I think if I had to, you know, if pressure was on, my life is on the line, and I could just pick anybody, I'd probably take Lionel Messi. I think Lionel Messi would be the one that I would, especially if it's a specific spot of the free kick. Yeah, I'm specifically kind of like in front of goal. I trust Messi to make it any given day. So maybe that's where I'm gonna go with that one. But yeah. So that is the give and go game. That was the topic. Tell me who you guys would want to take your free kicks for you, man. That's gonna be an interesting conversation to have. But yeah, man, that is episode 251. I want to thank Carlos Mojica for coming on, man. For people that listened to this episode and heard me and Edward just doing idiot jazz as we always do, I hope you got it. I hope you were entertained. I really hope you did. That's kind of the dialogue here. This is just what Insert Name FC is. But I really like what Carlos was able to bring, and I thought he was a great guest. So make sure you guys get his book, Goal, especially if you have kids, man. Let them learn a little bit more about the game, the history, some of the great player profiles that have played this game, and a little bit of a better understanding of positioning and everything. I think, especially as you're young and you're, first of all, obviously enjoying the game, loving the game, playing the game, identifying the ball as just fun. It's great. But then there's that next level, and that is to learn the game and learn and understand and comprehend the game. And I think this is a great tool to help learn and comprehend the game as it is. You know, I like, and I think about my dad a lot. And the reason why I think about my dad a lot for this is just because of, you know, growing up, you know, football was me and my dad's thing. And just remembering watching games with him, you know, obviously the story that I probably have told multiple times at this point, watching the 98 World Cup with my dad and watching him root for Brazil and me just being a little shit and just rooting for France. It really started it for me, you know, that's really where it all came from. And, my dad would always want to tell me about like these players that he got to watch, you know, talk about Maradona, talk about, Magico Gonzalez. Like, you know, those are a lot of moments that me and my dad have had, quite for over the years. And it's something that I kind of hold dear, you know, like it's the thing that will always be grateful for the game, is because of just the relationship that what it was able to do with me and my dad. And so, you know, cause I don't really get to see him a lot, you know, and, that's something that me personally, I want to work on. You know, I want to be able to do more stuff with my dad, and we'll see what, you know, saying it is one thing, but actually doing it is a whole other thing. And, that's something that, you know, I want to do better at, just in general, you know, especially, I mean, I don't want to use that as an excuse, but especially with all that has happened over the years, it just seems more and more that, you know, time is precious, and, you know, take advantage of what you have, you know, even if it's hard, even if things are hard and can be a bit aggravating at times, man, like spending time with family. And, you know, a lot of my core memories with my dad, the positive core memories that I have with him, it is involving the game. It is just sitting there watching the game with my dad. I remember, during the 2006 World Cup, and just sitting in the couch eating burritos with my dad, watching the World Cup. Like, these are memories that I'm forever just going to have with me. And, you know, hopefully if I ever have kids, and, you know, I can tell them the stories of just, you know, me and my dad, you know, me, waking up at like, well, however early in the morning it was, like maybe like 2 or 4, like 3 a.m. in the morning, you know, in my underwear watching the 2002 World Cup final with my dad. It's like, these are the core memories that I want to remember, and I want to continue to talk about and share, because it was just what made me fall in love with the game. And on top of that, it was just me being able to spend quality time with my dad. You know, my dad taking me my first, you know, professional game, which was USA versus Mexico in, at the time, Reliance Stadium, but now it's NRG. You know, to be at the stadium to watch USA versus Mexico was awesome, you know. So many great memories involving the game with my dad, you know, when I played middle school soccer, and, you know, my dad, you know, would after every game would sit and talk to me and tell me what he saw and what I could work on. And, you know, it was really the way I could bond with my dad. And so that's what I love about the book. I think for anybody in whatever stage in their life as a parent, this is just something else to build those moments, just like how me and my dad was able to build moments through this game. And I think that that's really amazing. And so, yeah, Carlos, I don't think you expected me to say all that for, about this book, but it really just, it really, to me, that's what it spoke to me, you know. It's just that, to me, that's like the cool moment, like when Edward gets to sit down and read this book with his kids, you know, like that's what I think is going to be amazing, is that bonding moment to have with your kids, and learn a game that we all love, you know, and help that love for that game grow with them. And so it's awesome. It's just really awesome. So once again, links are in the description for this book. Make sure you guys check it out, man. It's going to be great out right now, especially right now. World Cup is on the way. So this is a great opportunity to start getting this book, man. I highly recommend it. But once again, thank you, Carlos Mojica. Remember, links in the description, to his book, also links to his social media. So go ahead and check him out, man. But yeah, Insert Name FC, man. Thank you so much for listening to episode 251. I want to give a shout out to Belly Up Sports, man. Follow their check out their website, bellyupsports.com. Lots of articles always being written over there at Belly Up Sports, man. Go ahead, check it out. Show them some love. Check it out. Especially if you're watching the video version right now, make sure you subscribe to the Belly Up Sports YouTube channel. Because, that's where you're going to watch the full episode of this podcast, along with Corner Booth Pod, along with High Low Sports, along with 1420, everything that's Belly Up is going to be here. Morgan, man, especially if you're into Call of Duty League, man. But check out the articles, man. MLB is going on. NFL draft is on the way. Basketball, NBA, the Houston Comets are coming back to Houston. Lots of things are happening in the sports here in the United States, man. Go ahead and check them out, man. BellyUpSports.com. Follow them on X and Instagram at BellyUpSports, so you can see everything. And obviously, constant are dropping over there at Belly Up Sports. So check it out. Check that out over there. Also, Goals TV, man. GOLZ TV. Follow them on Instagram at Goals_TV. On Instagram. On X at Goals_TV. At Goals_TV. GOLZ_TV. So you can see all the content that's going on over there. Follow them on Instagram as well at goals.tv, GOLZ.TV. Follow them. Subscribe to them on YouTube. You're going to see me there from time to time on Wake Up MLS. It's great showing, man. Especially if you're wanting to learn a little bit about Major League Soccer, man. That is the place to go. Also, USL. They also have a USL show as well. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. And of course, if you guys watch this episode and you hear like the beats for the intro, the outro, some of the commercials, some of the ads that we do here, those beats are done by none other than Roosevelt Spencer. He is the namesake of the Roosevelt Spencer's Player of the Year award. We love him that much that he is so important to us that we thought awarding the best player, naming it after Roosevelt, was important. We love Spencer so much, and you should too. If you guys need some beat work done, whether you're a podcaster, a YouTuber, or a music artist of your own way, hit him up, man, on Instagram at ThatGuyDope. Once again, at ThatGuyDope to get some beats done, man, because it's nothing better than an original beat. And, I mean, if you guys hear Spencer's beats, they're phenomenal. So, make sure you guys go ahead and let them know, hey, the guys from Amsterdam FC have sent me over here. We need some help. Please take care of us, because he always does a great job with us. So, thank you so much for listening. Catch us next week for episode 252, where U.S. men's national team will have already played all their matches. Actually, by the time this episode drops, U.S. men's national team has already played all their matches, so we're going to do our U.S. men's national team report card. And, of course, I'm sure there's lots of great discussions that need to be made. So, with all that being said, man, thank you so much for listening. Take care, guys.